nothing worthwhile. The recognized symbol of excellence in crappy podcasting.
You had said terrible things about everyone that was still on the show when you weren't on the show,
But we're not talking about that, so
okay, but I mean, it's a double standard.
Okay, no. Why are you trying to throw a wrench in it?
Well, because I'm just pointing out that you were calling them losers,
right,
too.
and because she said it, it's like, okay?
No.
Okay, then be quiet.
Please don't get angry with me. You tend to drink and call some of us.
You know what,
We're
Heather?
just the aftershocks.
That's
the epicenter.
That's a up thing to say to me.
It's not. You're the town crier.
Do I go out and drink sometimes? For you to say I need rehab, for you to say, like, paint a picture so that I'm calling people every single night. For you to say that I can breathalyze and
you should.
you say
I think it's a good invention. You need to put it
say
on the phone.
you say it's my truth serum.
Gen Z to have a mental breakdown.
But this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, duh! If I was able to walk to work and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30 and I don't get home till like 6:15 earliest, and then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my god. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy.
This cannot continue.
Oh my god, this is so fucking boring. Holy shit. Ric Flair, can you please tell us a story?
The little sample coke is at a minute. If you could do that.
You are here with Ric Flair. You are a wrestling coach. How does it feel to have a performance like that in front of Ric Flair?
Fuck.
No, hey. Actually, to be honest with you, I respect that very much. My son was a great amateur wrestler, and this is why I'm going to make this. This is why. Come here, guys. This is why I'm leaving after I say this.
No, come on.
No. I have more respect for people that take their time to support any youthful athletic event. My son was a great amateur wrestler. He died of a heroin overdose. In 2013. I don't need to hear that. I'm over that. But anybody that could take time away from their life to support kids and make them better, because I can tell you right now, from personal experience, and because I believe in my heart.
You ever had Asian pussy?
I guess that's funny.
What are the ages of the people that you're coaching, Guy?
It's high school age, so 9th grade.
Rick, don't leave. Are you really leaving, Rick? Don't do it.
Oh no.
Thank you for all the respect.
We lost Ric Flair, everybody. I love you, Rick. Thanks for doing this. I'll see you afterwards. No, you're good. You're good. We love you. Make some noise for Ric Flair, everybody. Come on.
Thank you all for all the respect. But I will never sign up to make fun of people that donate their time. I won't. I swear to God, I respect you all and thank you for coming out. I can have fun. I will never make fun of time of people that donate their personal time to making children better.
Ric Flair, everybody. The legend. The nature boy. Come here, Shane. Get your sweet ass over here. Come on. The great Ric Flair. Can you make sure he gets wherever he needs to be?
Hi. Got a tape I want to play.
So, hi, I'm picking up. It's been here for a while.
Give me a sec. Okay, I found it right here.
Yeah, that's it. Wow. Okay, you got it. Thank
Very
you.
good. Have a great day.
Yes, Andrew Guthrie is counting me down with the big, bright red and yellow, his new Hulkster Hulk Hogan hat. Welcome to Nothing Worthwhile, episode 113. It's a special Friday SmackDown edition of Nothing Worthwhile, taping on a Friday afternoon. We're going to be covering the 40th anniversary of perhaps the greatest rock and roll concert film of all time. It's Talking Heads Stop Making Sense. Opened up with some clips. Tamra Judge telling Bravo boss Andy Cohen to fuck off and be quiet. Andrew Gutierrez, would you tell your boss to fuck off and be quiet?
I would never do such a thing. I have told one.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that go over poorly?
I mean, it didn't go over well, but it didn't cause any damage. Not my current boss. It was a previous boss, actually the boss. Not the boss, but Harvey Keitel.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Wow,
we got into some heated...
hold on. This is a massive revelation.
Yeah, we got into some heated arguments.
Harvey Keitel... This is not like your next door neighbor. This is a major name.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess it's news to our fans, but I worked for him for many years, about 10 years. And over time, you develop, I mean, it's basically a one-on-one relationship. I was his personal assistant. I became sort of his personal dialogue writer. And that's where we got into a lot of arguments where, we're like rewriting dialogue and arguing about, things that I thought were good for the script and that he didn't and vice versa. And yeah, we had some heated exchanges over things like that, which if you think about it is actually kind of cool. It was never like, fuck you, kiss my ass, I hate you, you're a piece of shit because you made me go and like get your coffee or something. It was it was just people fighting over ideas. So actually it's kind of cool.
I feel like James Lipton, like, Andrew, when you go to the pearly gates, what do you want to see? Andrew, what's your favorite curse word?
In the pearly gates, I just want to hear the words, the bar is open.
Oh, okay. Our next clip, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, walking off Kill Tony Hinchcliffe's podcast. Now, Andy, I actually thought about this. Is Ric Flair making the classic mistake of going on a comedy show or a comedy podcast and taking himself a bit too seriously? Or did Ric Flair's people not, or his management screwed up? Because I feel like watching that clip, he's on a goofy comedic podcast and he wants to talk seriously about helping children. Very admirable. Yeah. But he's on a young comedian podcast. I feel like he's making the classic mistake of, taking himself too seriously or not being booked in an avenue where he's shown in a proper light. Does that make sense?
Yes, I would. Honestly, I would. I'd say he didn't do his homework, or his people didn't do his homework. Yeah, you got to know.
Okay,
you got to know what show you're going on. You got to know your audience. You got to know who you are. or where you are. And obviously, they didn't do that. They didn't do that level of research. So, or maybe he did. Maybe he's just losing it. I don't know. He's not.
No, I think it's the first. I think it's the first. Listen, Ric Flair is in. His hands are in so many products now. He's got an energy drink. He's doing some kind of cannabis line with Mike Tyson. I mean, the guy's still hustling. Probably still needs to make a major check because he's been divorced, 5 or 6 times, and probably lives a very audacious lifestyle. Plus, probably a lot of alimony going out the door.
Well,
so
it's funny you say that because, he just signed a contract with AEW, and the rumor is the reason basically is for him to be able to push his energy drink.
Of course.
Kind of like,
of course.
They said it's kind of similar to what like Savage did with Slim Jims in when he went to WCW.
No, I think Savage was a little bit different. Savage was a lot younger.
Well, no, but it's the same type of deal.
Oh, here we go.
No, it was same type of. No, it was the same type of agreement.
It's going to be one of those shows. Andy's
going to just talk all over me. I'm not saying that it's on the same level. I'm just saying Savage was still an active wrestler.
Ric Flair is 70-something years old.
Yeah, who looks 90.
Macho might have still been in his late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, he was still an active wrestler.
And so he felt like Vince didn't see him that way. And I think Randy. Now, look, was Slim Jim perhaps part of the deal? I'm sure it was, but I think Randy.
I think it's a fact that it was, but it's like they agreed to accept Slim Jim as a sponsor, as part of Savage's deal, because it netted Savage a lot of money, and I think that's the same arrangement they have with Flair, and they're saying that's why Flair did it.
If I could say. Vince had Randy on commentary and did not see Randy as an active wrestler anymore.
Correct.
Well, thank you. That was my point.
Right, and that's giving me. But that's why
he's telling me about Randy Savage's contract writer and only brown M&Ms in the dressing room.
Well, that's why Savage went to WCW because Vince didn't want to.
That was my point. Not Slim Jim necessarily. My thing with Ric Flair is Rick probably still needs to make money.
Yeah.
Ric Flair is I don't want to say he's like ill, but I mean he's 70. Go away peacefully into the night, and his signing is not going to move one needle. It's not going to significantly impact viewership. And, he should have just kept affiliated with the WWE, do his maybe 2 or 3 appearances a year. And that's it. I don't know. I don't see Ric Flair being on AEW weekly episodic television doing anything really at this point.
Couldn't agree more. The annoying thing is the pundits, who every time Flair would come out on WWE TV or anybody or any legend whatsoever, they're like, boring. We've seen it. We don't need it. Lose their shit when Flair's music hit at AEW. Like that, the busted open guys were coming in their pants over Ric Flair showing up. I heard. Come on, they were dropping loads.
Let me respond. I heard the podcast. I mean, I heard the one with LaGreca and Tommy. Oh, what are we talking about here? We're going to bore the 4 people in India that listen to the pod. I didn't see it. I didn't see it that way. I think what maybe you're referring to is the hardcore wrestling crowd, the internet wrestling community, probably is still somewhat enamored with AEW because they're given, creative freedom. So you're going to give Ric Flair a hot mic. He's kind of a dangerous cat with the mic, and he's going to say, whereas, WWE, I think it's the reins have been loosened under Triple H, but there's still going to be, very closely talking points, this, that, and the other thing.
Agreed.
That's what I think.
Agreed.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Very good. Very good, Robin. Very good.
We started off with a major revelation. Andy Gruthius F-bombed Harvey Keitel. Wow. We can only go
more
down,
than one occasion.
That we can only go down from there. That was that in the great state of New York, Andrew?
That was actually in India. The time
India,
time I'm thinking of, actually, for all you our fans in India, this occurred. The moment I'm talking about occurred in India.
But you worked for Harvey in New York, is that correct?
In New York, L.A. Basically, I've lived in I lived basically where he lived. Whatever. Just work with me because New York leads to our huge breaking news. Was that? I don't know. You giving me the? Am I good? What?
Am I good to speak or I don't know?
No, wait. You're screwed up the whole thing.
Should I go again? Oh my God!
All right, forget it.
Is it over?
Wait, let's try that again. No,
all right,
forget it. Breaking news. What's the breaking news? Fuck it. Do it live.
Andrew Guthius and I will be live, face-to-face live in our hometown of New York the weekend of November 18th. We will be live face-to-face, and we will, of course, talk about our always very controversial topic of our home shock jock, woke hero Howard Stern. Friend of the show, Craig Hassenbein, will join us for our top 5 iconic Stern Show moments.
Yes.
Andrew Guthius and I will be live in New York talking about Howard, probably getting into some very passionate arguments about him. Andrew, 2 weeks, we'll be partying in New York.
Very excited, as always.
Unless the partying I see is already starting this afternoon. Oh, my God.
Hey, now.
Get the pacifier.
Always our favorite weekend of the year. We have such a great time with our dear friend, our friends Craig and Deb, and their great kids, and then a lot of old friends we always see. And to boot, we are going to go live, with Craig about a subject that always draws a lot of passion out of all of us. Howard Stern, past, present, and future. So very excited about that's about 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Are you putting for your number 5 most iconic moment 2020 Bachelor talk?
No. Every top 5 moment of mine involves the Sybian. So
okay.
That's,
all right, good. That was a joke at least.
Kidding,
I was like,
all
right. Andrew, let's get right to it. We're not going to do the week that was quite just yet. Let me just get to this one though. Sad news. Matthew Perry's death is still an ongoing investigation. L.A. County Medical Examiner's Office confirmed to the New York Post last Sunday, Groo, that the cause of death was, quote, deferred. The Friends alumni was found dead in the hot tub of his home in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood of L.A. just after 4 p.m. He died perhaps of an apparent drowning. He was 54. Quote, "We are heartbroken by the tragic loss of our beloved son and brother," Perry's family said in a statement to People magazine on Sunday. Matthew brought so much joy to the world, both as an actor and a friend. Perry's assistant, Groo, reportedly made the 911 call. Friends co-creators Marta Kaufman, David Crane, and executive producer Kevin Bright released a touching statement about the late star on Sunday. Quote, "We are shocked and deeply, deeply saddened by our beloved friend Matthew's passing," they said in a joint statement to People. "It still seems impossible. All we could say is that we feel blessed to have had him as part of our lives. He was a brilliant talent." Andrew Guthius, Matthew Perry, dead at the age of 54. Your thoughts?
Yeah, very sad. Not shocking, unfortunately. But, Matthew Perry, I mean, like, there are a few people out there who, like, my brothers and I like to say we discovered. That means, like, we knew who they were before everybody else did. And Matthew Perry was one of them. I'm serious. Matthew Perry was somebody that we knew on a show that we loved from like 1987 on like the new Fox network. You know, when it first came out, he played this 15-year-old kid who a show called Second Chance. It lasted 8 episodes, and he was really the only really funny thing about it. We really liked the show. It was a funny premise, but he was a co-star, and he was he was very popular. So they fired the old guard and just rebooted the show and made it center around him. So when it became a hit on Friends, we were like, oh, finally, this is the guy we've been watching, for all these years. So so we go way back with Perry, and yeah, it's very sad. I have to think that he kind of maybe died naturally, and just it obviously looks like a drowning. I mean, he was in a hot tub. It wasn't 8 feet deep. So I gotta feel like with all the damage that he had done to himself all these years, all the stories you hear that he tells himself, maybe he had a heart attack and just died right there in the pool. I don't know, but I'm hoping it wasn't drugs. It doesn't appear that it was, but either way, it doesn't doesn't.
Yeah, the woman that apparently he was dating, claims unabashedly there was no relapse. This, I hate to say, does have a little bit of a Whitney Houston feel to it. Similar to her. She was in a tub. He was in a hot tub. I don't know. I enjoyed Matthew Perry. I don't even remember the name of the movie, but he did it was really silly with Salma Hayek. You probably couldn't even make
classic. What are you talking?
You couldn't probably even you couldn't even make probably that kind of a movie today because it's just focuses on making fun of sort of racial stereotypes. Not the entire movie, but sort of as a backdrop. And I remember just watching that movie 1,000 times on HBO. That Beastmaster. I was
Star.
not a.
I remember.
I was not a major fan of Friends.
I've never I've seen like one episode.
That was like every person I went to school with. So I just never really had some of the stuff I watched I enjoyed, but was never a viewer of Friends. I did watch the reunion on Max, and Matthew Perry was. I feel like he was in rough shape, at least emotionally. He talked about his, problems with addiction, and he was definitely kind of not in great shape and a little slovenly compared to, certainly the other members of the cast. But was definitely appreciative of Matthew Perry's talents. And so, sorry to hear Matthew Perry dead at the age of 54.
Yeah, he never quite made it to the on a movie star level. He did have that one with Bruce Willis that was really funny, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
But he had he was always trying for another TV hit, and he had one season of a show called Studio 60, which was by Aaron Sorkin, and he was the star of that, and he was so good, and just came out at the wrong time. It was basically the same premise as 30 Rock, and 30 Rock kind of stole the thunder. So, but yeah. It's a tragedy.
Well, I really, again, another major revelation. Now we have that Groo discovered Matthew Perry. So
yes, I did.
He F-bombed Harvey Keitel and discovered Matthew Perry. You are a Hollywood power broker, my friend.
I absolutely am. No
Aaron
doubt.
Sorkin Gruthius on the other line here. All right, Andrew, let's get to some levity. You want to go over the the 2023 card for WWE Crown Jewel. It's going to happen tomorrow.
Yes, that's tomorrow. Right. My Saturday is booked. I am very excited. I'm actually very excited for this show.
All right, I'm going to go through. I clipped this off of CBS Sportsline. There is apparently a kickoff match. I have the kickoff match as being Sami Zayn versus JD McDonough. Mm-hmm. We'll start off with you first, Andrew. Who do you got and why? And let's try to keep it to under 40 characters.
Yeah, Sami Zayn is going to win this one. JD McDonough is on his way. But this is to Sami, probably mostly because they got to have a face win to kick off the show, meaning, get the crowd going. So Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I say Sami Zayn, but not for the same reason as Andrew. The crowd, they need a face to win to kick off the show. No, they don't. But Sami Zayn needs Sami Zayn needs a big win. His partner left for SmackDown. He's kind of he's a little bit, I think, in wrestling purgatory. I feel like they'll find him a good spot on the upper part of the card as probably a singles moving forward. But I do agree with Groo, JD McDonough. His time may be coming, maybe. Right now, I got Sami Zayn as well. So, all right, so Groo, I'm going to just write this down. Groo and Moody got Sami Zayn. All right, Andrew, I'll kick off the next one first, and we'll go to you. WWE Women's Championship match. I have the champion, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. Here's my 2 lines. Too soon to pull the trigger. Io wins, perhaps some type of help from Damage Control, some type of shenanigans. I got Io Sky somehow retaining.
I agree. I have Io Sky for only one reason. It's I don't agree. I would never agree with giving it to Bianca on her first match after a 2-month hiatus. So for that reason only. So Io, I agree with you though that Io's going to win.
Thank you, LaGreca. Okay.
No, LaGreca would talk like this and run out of breath after everything.
Oh, I know. It's like every time I kind of start to like him a little bit, he's so over the top with his impassioned arguments, you know.
Why do you have that?
It's a show for the fans. Okay, shut up. All right. His brother's kind of like that on the Michael K. I think they're getting rid of the Michael K. show in New York. I think he's
I thought they did like 10 years ago.
All right, Groo, why don't you kick off the next one? I got John Cena, the greatest of all time, as they're calling him now, versus the Bloodline Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline Enforcer. Who do you got and why?
I have John Cena for 2 reasons. Number one, a win for John Cena does fuel the Bloodline storyline because I think the idea of the Bloodline sort of imploding is where they're headed. So I see it for that reason, and they're blowing so much smoke. Stop! What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'm just making funny faces.
And Cena with the whole if I don't win, whatever. I think I think they're going to.
But more importantly,
I think they're going to give
lost.
Cena. Yeah, I think they're going to give Cena the win here. Cena.
All right. I just love. He's like, but more importantly, you might have lost your respect for me. You know what I mean? Like,
well, Cena. I don't want Cena to lose his smile, so I think he's going to win.
Yeah, right. Well, I agree with Andrew. I don't know about the overall storyline implications, but he is the GOAT, and I do think he is one of the greatest of all time. And more importantly, he just needs a big singles win. It's been like
I agree.
2 years, and you can't really call the guy the GOAT. He's got to have some kind of payback for trying to put all these other schlemiels over. And I think Solo Sikoa has a massive upside, but probably not quite just yet. And I think Cena gets the win over here. Andrew, I'll take it from here on this one. We're going to go Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. Look, I'll keep it short and simple. I got Cody Rhodes winning. I think Cody is always in need of strong singles wins. What is Damian Priest's future with the Money in the Bank? We could talk about that, perhaps later or another time. But I think here, just on a one-on-one match, I got Cody Rhodes beating Damian Priest.
I have Cody Rhodes beating Damian Priest for the same reason Cody Rhodes, for the same Cody reason that you said. He's on track to I think to beat Roman Reigns, but on the other side of it,
get to the point. My God, I say to him, "Let's have a nice tight broadcast." I got it. Okay, he's hitting his thing.
I think this is going to fuel the excommunication of Damian Priest from the.
Okay, that's a good point. There you go. Yes. All right, that's a good point. Yeah. All right, good point there. There you go, my brother. All right, Andrew, you'll kick off the next one first. United States champion. This could steal the show here. Rey Mysterio versus Logan Paul. What do you got, Andrew? Who do you got and why?
I got Logan Paul. He's going to win the title, and he's going to hang on to it until WrestleMania, where he'll drop it to L.A. Knight. I just see Logan Paul as I think they're going to go in a different. I think they're going to circle Mysterio back around to Dominic, which is actually kind of what I want. So I got Logan Paul on this one, and Logan Paul is great. The more of him, the better. I think he's great.
Well, Andrew, great minds think alike. I have Logan Paul as well, and here's my notes. Logan Paul wins the title, and off to the races we go. Logan Paul is a star. It's just that simple. Love him or hate him. He's an amazing athlete. I don't necessarily agree about it with Andrew and LA Knight. However, I think Logan Paul is a star and he needs a belt because I think it's time to unleash him. He's a big-time star.
Yep.
All right, I'll take this one here first. It's a five-way. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a five-way with the following five women? Rhea Ripley,
with
Nia Jax.
It's more than
Nia Jax is beautiful. She's big. She's big. Well, yeah, she's big. Fine. You cancel me.
I didn't say anything.
No, I mean, Rhea Ripley, beautiful. Nia Jax, beautiful. Zoe Stark's beautiful. Shayna, sorry about that, Shayna. And Raquel Rodriguez is beautiful. And Shayna is quite quite the wrestling technician. But this one's simple for me. Rhea's the star. She's the champ.
Yeah.
She's going to somehow retain the title. It's not even close. My notes, not even close. Rhea is the star here. I got Rhea Ripley retaining. Andrew, what do you got and why?
See, this one's interesting for me because it shows how one match affects another. So I have Rhea Ripley, but that was not who I had originally. I originally had Raquel Rodriguez, but then I thought about the Damian Priest issue, and I said, okay, Damian Priest is going to get excommunicated for dropping the belt and possibly failing to cash in, or cashing in but failing. And if he's going to get excommunicated, Rhea can't drop her title. So Rhea's going to win.
Rhea's not dropping. She's not dropping her title anytime soon.
I know.
I think they're going to book her. They're going to book her similar as Roman. I think she's indestructible right now.
I think.
Well, you know what? With all this gender fluidity, what? Let's just have Damian cash in on Rhea, and just have like an intergender. Why can't a man cash in on a woman's match?
That would be phenomenal. I mean, that would be the coolest fucking thing. Imagine the pop on that one. I mean,
there you go.
That's
WWE. Just give me
that's great. That's great booking right there. And if you guys can hear us,
WWE, give me my carrots on that one. All right, let me hear it. Interested to hear what Andrew thinks. This is an interesting one.
So we're equal on everything so far, I think.
So far, we've both picked everything. World Heavyweight Championship. This is the workhorse belt, so to speak. Seth Rollins, your champ, versus Drew McIntyre. Andrew, who do you got and why?
I have Drew McIntyre. I think this is going to be his finest hour. I think it'll probably be part of a heel turn. I think just it's the way they've been presenting him. If he doesn't win here, where does he go? So if he doesn't win, then to me that means he's not re-signing.
But he doesn't have a contract,
right? But if he does, but I think he's going to win. I don't think it's not that I think Seth Rollins has gotten stale. I just think he needs he's not moving anywhere, and he needs to. I think so. I'm calling Drew McIntyre.
And you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend. It's a beautiful. Andrew makes a compelling. Andrew makes a compelling argument. I don't know where you're sort of your Seth, where he's going. He's certainly not stale. He gets a tremendous reaction. I got Seth winning.
All right, we differ on one.
Okay, here maybe this is where you get your Drew full heel turn from Drew. You're making a compelling argument, but I don't know. I feel like Drew. I feel like the champs, for the most part, the big belts are locked into Mania. I have no reason why except just feel that way. Maybe Damian Priest cashes in here. I don't know. I kind of almost don't care. But in terms of the matchup, I got Seth. Andrew's got Drew McIntyre. And I will take the first crack at the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Apparently Roman Reigns wrestling here and then gone again for quite a while, perhaps all the way to the Royal Rumble. I am definitely not happy about that. I want to see Roman at the Survivor Series. Roman versus LA Knight. LA Knight, the hottest rising star in the WWE. I'll put it to you straight. Roman retains here. I like LA Knight, but he's not even close yet. Roman wins and continues to dominate. I got Roman Reigns here for the retaining the Universal Championship. Andrew, who do you got and why?
Same person, same reason. Although I do feel that LA Knight will get there. They just gotta make sure they don't, blow their wad. Which it's like, which is like it almost seems like they're gonna do. So he needs more obstacles, kind of like Cody Rhodes. So definitely.
No, listen,
definitely
I already told you. If you want to harken back, look, I still enjoy LA Knight, but I'm like 3% under. I just
what?
I don't know. I'm falling a little bit back to earth on LA.
Really?
Yeah, I don't disagree with. He needs. I've said it before on this podcast. He needs the Bret Hart moment. He needs the feud. He needs the Cody Brock. He needs that 3-4 paper, same opponent, violence.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah.
He needs to go one-on-one, spar on the mic like Cena and The Rock. He needs to get grimy a little bit before I'll accept him as my champ. And I'm just saying me. But I think Roman, they could do all the smoke and mirrors. Roman Reigns ain't losing here.
Yeah, I agree. But I like what you said about. I kind of like that it bothers you that Roman's going to be gone for a while because
this one I don't like. You don't want him to. You don't want him at Fastlane and Speedway and all the.
If you're gonna like overplay this, the 1,000 days and the record.
Okay,
well, you got to remember these guys wrestled every fucking week.
I think it's nothing worthwhile with Andy Groo. Had you let me finish, I don't really mind the small pay-per-views that he doesn't. But if I'm to be honest, and I didn't like it when they did it with Brock, I mean, you got to be at Survivor Series. It's one of the big four. You got to be there, and you got to wrestle.
Where is it coming from that he's not going to be
Chicago. there? Chicago, and you know what's
no. I mean,
where
I didn't hear that. Where is that? What the dirt sheets are saying?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Like I've read, it's a lock. He's not going to be there. Which the most of them are saying. Even the ones with the best part-time schedule, they were always at Survivor Series.
I agree.
So
that doesn't make sense.
Roman could be entering, Teflon status here, and listen, well deserved. But you got to be at Survivor. You got to be at Survivor Series. That's it. You got to be there.
Yes, agreed.
You gotta.
Agreed.
All right, let me take a sip of my kombucha.
Ooh, kombucha.
The first, it's fermented. Marie's, super into this stuff, Asian culture. First time I drank kombucha, boy, I almost lost it. The good thing the bathroom was just a mere walking distance.
Well, isn't that always the case with you, though?
It sure is. Andrew, before we get to the 40th anniversary of Stop Making Sense, it is 5 things or 7 things or 8 things we're talking about this week. It's nothing worthwhile. The week that was.